Good morning, good day, good night, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode of Primal Sports Center. I'm your host, O'Neill Faggy Golson, and I'm alongside my co-host, Kian the Schwab Watson. And again, good day, my folks from Trelawney, Facebook, YouTube, and as Dale would put it, the World Wide Web, Primal Sports Center.
As my co-host said, welcome. Again, we have an interesting lineup, as usual. I mean, sports all around this week, but I hope you're safe and dry wherever you are, because earlier in the week we experienced Hurricane Bird, and although we didn't get the full blunt of it, some people saw a lot of water and wind. I myself had some leaks here and there in the house, but everybody's safe. Everyone is safe, so wishing you a speedy recovery for those who were hit hard by Hurricane Beryl. And I mean, I know some people still feeling the after effects, not having the power. So again, I mean, we just hope you're safe from the Primal Sports team and the Primal family itself. I mean, my other co-host is off the island in DR. He missed the weather, but you know, he's representing in a coaching capacity, coaching the juniors in table tennis. Next week he'll have a roundup for us of that tournament in DR, where I think we got a silver medal, but he'll give us the specific details next week. And I mean, wish the team all the best down there in DR. And I know the coach is there, you know, scratching my head, because I do a bit of coaching myself, and trust me, coaching is harder than playing. I prefer to play, but I'm venturing to coaching. You know, the older I get, I'm getting more patient. So all the best to the Jamaica juniors there down in DR. But I mean, to the meat of the matter, we have some chats to talk about. Football, basketball, a bit of tennis, and NBA. So we'll try to cover that
as much as possible
within the hour. And you know, at the midway point of sports commentary, where the controversial boss himself, you know, and then we'll come with something, you know, in sports commentary. We don't know what, but stay tuned for that at the midway point. But we're going to kick off things with the recently concluded national trials at the stadium last week, where on the Sunday we saw, I mean, more
drama.
I wouldn't say drama, more top tier performances. I mean, most of the favorites got through. I mean, some didn't. Some were expected to come through. But all in all, it was a remarkable championships. And we see where Jamaica has talent all around, not only in sprinting, but in the hurdles. I mean, in the long jump.
In the throws.
So we're going to Paris in the Olympics looking to garner some medals. Everybody expects us to have a low medal count, but I see where we'll have one of our best championships, best Olympics ever. Yeah. So hopefully the team down there, you know, fine-tune certain things and get things in shape, because, you know, we're going down there to conquer the French.
Yeah, of course.
Not the French per se, but the Olympics. It's just that it's keeping in France. So.
But we only can be honest about it, because coming up towards the trials, we were a little bit downplaying the hopes of Jamaica, because of, you know, we weren't seeing our big guns going out there.
You say we mean you? I didn't. I think we're in the mix, and the overhyped Americans just.
No, I mean, even before the American trials, we weren't seeing the Shelly on the circuit. We weren't seeing Sharika. Our top guns, we weren't seeing our athletes out there. So we were also wondering.
I was more looking toward the young guns stepping up, because obviously where the likes of Slowly had an impressive season, although she didn't make the team. I mean, now we have the likes of young Tia Clayton, teenager, running 10.86, one of the fastest times ever for a teenager. Finished second in the trials at the 100 meter. So, I mean, it's more of the old guards with a mix of the new guards. So, whosoever I think will win the team have to run or perform at a high level to get in. So, even if we don't see the likes of the Sharik and the Shelly, to beat those, you have to perform at a top level. So, I don't expect 11 seconds from a female to make the team. So I know that whosoever would make the team would be suitable enough to go to Paris and, you know,
perform and represent
shake down the Eiffel Tower.
Shake it down, yes. Or paint it into black, green, and gold.
So on both on the men and the female side, we see where performances of, you know, on the sprint side, where people say we're back, but I didn't think we went anywhere. It's just as with life, you have ups and downs. We have periods where, you know, one thing with Jamaicans, we are how should I put it? I would say the Bolt effect. You know, you see in that era we were just
we were spoiled. We were just spoiled
with all these medals, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, and all of that. So we expect that every time we go out there, but those expectations is faulty. You can't expect to just be 1, 2, 3 all the time. Yes, we want that, but you're gonna have periods where you have a tough championship here and there. People have niggles during the season, and as I said, with the past 2 Olympics, we saw where double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson flew the flag high, and this time around,
she's not
a bit
there.
older. She's not there. She didn't compete at national championships. You know, a bit of drama with leaving the MVP camp and all of that. But again, we wish her a speedy recovery. And some people think that's not it for her. I mean, we had mixed thoughts here on the Primal Sports X to if that's the last we see of Elaine. Some people say yeah, some people say no. But
like myself,
I mean, you know, with track and field, it's a tough sport.
Yeah.
You have to be explosive all throughout. And with that, you put yourself at risk at injury all the time. So, I mean, we saw, as I said, over a short period, we have injuries. You know, some young stars never step up to the plate. Some, I mean, just retire and just gone. I remember
some not
it's supposed to be Kemar Bailey Cole.
Yeah, what happened?
Precisely. After both, everybody saying Kemar Bailey Cole, and then I mean,
after radar,
Akeem Bloomfield retiring at I think young age. I think he's 27, 26.
Yeah, I think he has issues.
Taylor,
in his little problems.
Yeah, and look at the dilemma now with the 4x4 team. But all in all, we touch on some of even the seniors, but it also was a junior trials because the World Juniors is coming up, and we saw some top performances on the juniors as well. But before we jump into the juniors, we're going to highlight some of the senior standouts. To me,
you know, the biggest talking point for the trials.
100 meter, Kishane Thompson, 9.77 world lead, and to me, the gold medal prospect.
Yeah.
But we touched on him being a young sprinter. Young in terms of not only age, but in terms of experience on the track.
Yeah.
People just say, oh, you just run fast and then, oh, you have the best time. But you have to know to go through the rounds, prepare, put your body through that over and over. So in his case, he didn't have a young boys champs career.
No.
In terms of it being lengthy and, you know, performing at a high level. He was injured last year. He dropped 9.85 last year.
And he's still learning.
Yeah, so he's still learning.
Even
this is his first time out running 3 rounds.
But even his interview is like, he's not sure if he's actually slowing down or not. Because even when he finished the race, he's like going to front and say, but slow down, right? Did I slow down? And the coach said, yeah, man, I kind of.
Nobody knows how fast that engine can go.
Not even him.
Not even him. And he's running 9.77.
I think he can run it 200.
But obviously you have to build up and get that background training. That would be more for next year.
Yeah.
Or a year where probably there's no
200 meter.
No world championships or Olympics. But again, with him, looking forward to this year, 9.77. As I said, I remember a couple years ago, that was the world record.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 15, 20 years ago, that was the world
record. That was world record.
Before Bolt come on and, you know, just put it
that
where,
was everything. And that was
probably nobody expects it to be beat, but Kishane Thompson looked like he has a 9.6 in him. And if he stays healthy and going to the Olympics, I have him as the gold medal favorite. And again, that would be a tip of the hat of that to Frano.
Yeah, another tip of the hat.
That's one of the things missing in his.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've been pointing out. That hey, he's a better female coach to me, but he has that one elephant in the room, and that's a male sprinting champion. And I
disagree with you. I think he's just a top coach overall.
I think he's
both male and female.
He's getting there with this one championship that he's missing. He has a long jump champion. He has a high jump champion. He has a female sprinting champion. He has a 4 hurdles champion, a 100 meter hurdles champion. But that male 100 meter sprinting champion, that one is just eluding him. And I think he has now found that gem.
Oh, he always had gems. It's just for them to perform on the day. Because, I mean, we know Asafa Paul at championships didn't perform to his own elite level, and I think that wasn't a knock on Frano. But even so, Kishane Thompson going to the championships and getting this would just, I mean...
I think it was just cement his legacy as being the greatest.
I think he's already cemented. Because, I mean, he has athletes all over the track, 400 meter hurdles, male, female, high jump, long jump, throws in his MVP camp. And I mean, Kishane Thompson now running 9.77 and coming out of nowhere, basically. I mean, to the talent level that we have in Jamaica, the young sprinters, and for Kishane Thompson to come out of the blue shows that, I mean, we have a pool here to work with that is probably only matched by the Americans.
Yeah, and the same can as another tip to Fano. When I look at even Rowan Watson, where he was last year,
9.91.
and now this year, a little injury here and there, and he wasn't able to make the team. That shows you that the talent is there, and it's just to work around these talents.
I think Fano probably has about
Yeah,
10 males coach that run sub 10. I mean, to run sub 10 isn't easy. And most of these are athletes that we wouldn't expect to even go that level. So, I mean, we know the likes of Johan Blake and Usain Bolt showed promise as a junior. Boys champs, Carifta, champions coming up. So we expect them to run these times or even be world champions and Olympic champions. But for the likes of, I wouldn't say a no-name athlete, but an athlete that is not at the forefront or even...
He didn't get so much wear and tear in high school.
Not even so wear and tear, but would expect to run these times.
Yeah,
I mean, coming from a PB of 10.54 not too long ago, now turning 9.77 and shutting down. Goes to show that Fran has a formula up there. So to me, that was the top performance of the championships. I mean, second I'd probably give Akira Nugent running a national record of 12.28 seconds to win her first.
It's the second year as a pro?
No, I think it's a second year pro, but I think she won everything at NCAA's from indoor to outdoor coming up, and she was a
Gemini school already, and she decided to say, I'm not doing this, I'm just going to go straight out.
She did her college, finished with that, but now pro, and to run 12.28, I mean, goes to show that.
And it's early, it's basically not, she's not fully peaked as yet, she's just probably semi-peak.
Yeah,
we don't know what.
The fastest times ever, I think that's in the top 10, probably 10th fastest time.
I think it's how she glides over the hurdles. She makes it look effortless. She's not forcing it or anything like that. And I think Amasan might just have something to worry about.
Amasan is top lane. Not only Amasan, you have the Americans to think about, always good in the hurdles. And the hurdles is an event where, I mean, the finals, top 8 finals probably can go below 12.35, below 12.3. So the likes of Daniel Williams coming second, or double world champion, qualifying for a first Olympics.
Well,
that
Daniel
goes
Williams,
to show that being an Olympian isn't something that is just,
Daniel Williams is a beast, you know. Her mental,
and goes to show
her mental stature is just out of this world, because
she's an experienced vet.
When it comes
to say that this is her first Olympics to something,
and she's been around so long,
and that goes to show in Olympic year it's tough. I mean, you might have niggles here and there. You might come to the trials and not perform to your optimum, or you just have a bad race,
a bad time.
And Olympics is every 4 years, not like World Championships where it's every 2 years. Olympics is every 4 years, and to qualify, you see all the joy in our face going to our first Olympics. And I mean, we only have one female medalist in the 100-meter hurdles. And this year, I think we can get probably 2. Because, you know, Daniel Williams is a big race runner.
Yeah.
And Akira Nugent running 12.28. And as I said, fine-tuning up to the championships, she probably can go faster. And I think that running a time of 12.28 will get you on the podium. Although, of course, Amazon might have something to say about that. Yeah. Americans might have something to say about that. But that race is going to be fast. Janet Brown taking a 4-year break from sport, coming back. Going to MVP again, again. Qualifying, running 12.61 seconds. Hats off to her. You know, she took a break, had some issues with personal life, all of that. She got things straight out. She didn't even expect to qualify. She was saying, all right, take it slow, build up for the year, and look at that, qualify for Olympics.
And that's why I keep telling persons, even with Elaine, I'm not, to be honest, I'm not sold that she's done. She probably really need a year off. She needs some time to herself to come back. And you've seen other athletes taking some time and come back. She just needs to
fix her camp.
Just fix the surroundings, fix the background noise, because sometimes the background noise can really...
And get a top-tier coach. And pay him.
Shanique.
I pay him or her.
I would say Shanique,
him or her.
because
when I said him, it's
since you got the top-tier coaches and athletes performing, when I look at Brian
Level.
And who's the top coach? Shanique. And she took him from where, well, again, had to Fano. She was basically number one assistant.
Yeah,
to Fano.
Basically Fano's right hand.
Yeah, and she has taken him from this level to another level, and he's 200-meter champion.
Yeah, running sub 20.
And he qualified for 100 as well.
And to me, he didn't run that race well.
And he has a lot of learning to it.
He finished the race, he's showing that he's strong.
And this was a part of the Jamaica team that was really wondering who will run the 200. Who we have, and we found somebody, and it's just time.
We found somebody,
and
they found themselves. I mean, step up to the plate and you can see where young Brian Lavelle put in the training and put in the work. You can see him body transforming, looking like a man now, not a boys champ star, but an Olympian now, taking it to that next level, running sub 20 and sub 10. To me, that is a big thing. That is definitely to run sub 10 and sub 20 shows that Brian Lavelle have levels.
He has
and
levels.
Brian Lavelle, to me, is one of the top performers of the championships. And I said, no, 200-meter champion, finishing fourth in the 100-meter, will most likely be on that relay pool time, relay pool team. So, as I said, another sub 10 performance going. I mean, that sub 10 level, and coached by Shanika Osborne, shows that she is a top level coach.
Yeah, she has been, and she just needed to prove her.
That is one thing, taking the track and field to the next level in Jamaica. We have top coaches all over, not just Stephen Francis. Here we're bigging up Stephen Francis and
not
Ben
just
Mills
Paul
all over.
Francis, not just
Not,
Ben Mills.
not just MVP,
Walcott,
not just racers. You have
Elite
other
as well. We have Spring Tech. We have
Dynamic, Optimum. So, I mean,
And
there are clubs all around, and we have top teams.
And I like these clubs. But I like the fact that we have clubs right around, because it gives each athlete the option of choosing where you want to further your career, which club you want to further your career with. Because to be honest, everybody can't go to Fran all the time. He has a plethora of athletes up there. And sometimes when you want to go to the next level, you're going to need that attention from your coach, and sometimes he can't give you that attention. I think that was one of the reasons why Shelley and him part ways amicably, because she was getting older and she needed more attention, and he could not give her that attention because he had younger guns. So it's good to have that level of those different clubs around, can give at least different options. Go out there. You can go here. If this don't work out here, you can go there, and you don't have to run back to front.
People see these athletes performing and say, "Oh, Jamaica is a host," and that. But I think the coaches don't get enough notification to say, hey, we have top level coaches here in Jamaica, right here in Jamaica. It's not only the athletes, but to get the athletes to perform at that level. And we even see it in the youngsters at Champs, where we have athletes from Mushet. Athletes from Central High, athletes from name schools that, I mean, are not big name schools at the Boys and Girls Championships. And to touch on that, Mushet, we saw in the junior, Shania Douglas running 22.59 at she's 16, 17.
Yeah.
22.59.
You have to.
At this time of the season, after a long season running Champs and build up.
I wouldn't want her to leave Mushet, you know.
Oh, stay there.
I wouldn't want a top level high school to take her. Just stay there, build your own school. Let Mushet be the next Titchfield. And
22.59 probably would get her in fourth place, I think, on the female side of the female senior championship. Sherika Jackson won. 22.5.
That's big time.
As a junior, big time. Big time. And definitely one for the future. We saw a young Gary Card out of women's running second fastest time as a junior, 10.07 seconds. Beating, what's his name, out of Herbert Morrison. Again, Herbert Morrison, not a traditional high school. DeAndre Daly had the second fastest time as a junior, 10.08. He finished second in trials. And Gary Card won in 10.07 seconds. Another top time, 10.07 seconds as a junior. Wow.
And only one time beat that.
Running 11.13. And 16, 17-year-old running 11.13.
These are talents that we need to just keep close.
I mean, if you look
and
at
not overburden them.
If you look at the list coming straight down, I will have top tier athletes. I mean, young Kevin Davis was a champ star, now not at the top. I mean, again,
the injuries and leaving overseas and had to find their way back from all these injuries. So.
Still have hope for her.
Yeah.
I mean, Tia and Tina Clayton. I mean, Tina was always the faster one.
I know that someone pointed out the other day that it was actually Tia was the faster one, and it's coming up to class 1, Tina surpassed.
No, class 2 and class 3 was Tina.
But before it was actually Tia.
Before they were just kids running.
Yeah, they didn't say it was actually Tia and Tina surpassed.
Carifta winning all those medals, it was Tina, then Tia, but now we see Tia. And that goes to show maybe next year even Tina will step up. And I mean, sister feeding off each other. Running 10.86 again at age 19.
Who else has done that? Age 19. She's onto something, and I think in the training that we were leading up to the finals of the 100 for the females, for our seniors, Sharika had said she knew that Tia will be out the blocks before everybody else. She knew. So it's just a matter of trying to catch her.
Running 10.90 in the finals goes to show that it's not just a one-off race and then a burnout. So
she's managing her round. She's learned how to manage the rounds.
Put in the work at training.
Yeah.
Put in the work at training. And she's, again, up by MVP. So
I think the second most memorable moment for the child was the 4 hurdles, Malik James.
Malik James, that was a top tier performance. I walk in to see him just right as I walk in to see that race, and Malik James running 47.42. I mean, top time, finishing like a bullet train. She's young, strong. I mean, always diminutive, he's strong coming over the hurdles and finish powerful. Rashawn Clark running 48.04, finish second. And Jail Hyde holding off for third spot, 48.35.
Making the team again. Yeah. And he's saying that he can go faster. He just wanted to go there and make the team.
Is going to be, I mean, that race is not a normal race. That race is not a normal race. I mean, the Viking, Kirsten Walholm, I mean, Brazilian Blur, Dos Santos, I mean, American Rai Benjamin.
If they are healthy, if everyone is healthy.
Master from the BVI Islands. I mean, I tell you, it's going to be tough. I think with Rashawn Clark and Malik James both can make the final. Hopefully, we have 3 in the final with Malik James, with Jail Hyde, but that race, that 400 meters race for men is not normal. On the female side as well, that's not normal either. Femke Bull, Leila Mohammed, and the clear and favorite run a world record last week, 50.65.
She's in a world by herself, you know.
And people, you know that the qualifying time for Olympics for the flat 400 meter for women is 50.95.
She qualified for the 400 and the 4 as a 4 hurdler.
And she ran 50.65 for the world record.
She's gonna break it again.
But you know my take on the hurdles, both the sprint hurdles and the 400 meter hurdles for women.
What's your take?
Everybody knows. I've said it before. I think the hurdles are too low for the female. It should be probably an inch higher. Yeah, I think it should be higher. I've been saying this for years.
And the girls are getting taller and faster.
You can imagine? So, no, it's a bit. It can be yeah, 50.65. Yeah. Although she's a cut above the rest, because when she broke the record, she finished, I think, 2 seconds ahead of second place. But I mean,
2 seconds is a long time, you know?
2 seconds is like a lifetime.
No, people with that joke in there, 2 seconds is athletics is a very long time, you know?
No matter what race it is, it could be 10,000 meters. But again, Sidney McCracken is on a different.
She's on a different planet, man. She's a cut above the race.
She is a cut above the race, as I said. And I mean, definitely a gold medal for it. But to our Jamaican athletes, I think Rochelle Clayton will be in the mix to get a medal if she runs a race. I mean, I would say to perfection, but run her race, I think she can get in the mix for a medal and push out probably the second American. I mean, Femke Bull again is a talent. I think she will try to go at Sidney McCracken. That again may push up Rochelle Clayton to even a silver medal. Sidney can will probably run out your belly. But Femke Bull is a world-class talent again. So that 400 meter race is at Olympics is going to be a peach of a race. With the men's sprint hurdles for us, we saw Rashid Barbell winning another national championships. Orlando Bennett. It was a blanket finish, 13.18, 13.18, 13.19. Anza Parchment coming third.
Yeah.
And line, I thought Anza Parchment won the race, but I mean, photo finish, it was a close race. And I think all 3 hurdles can make it to the finals in Olympics again.
Basically, we're looking at almost 1, 2, 3 in every finals.
I mean, to make the finals.
But
to win or to medal is a different thing. On the day, anything can happen. I mean, semi-finals, something can happen again. A favorite might come up. Because we saw last year at the World Championships, 400 meter favorite, Bahamian Gardner, was out. And who stepped up to the plate?
Antonio Watson.
Never bet against Watson. And he again is injured and out.
Yeah.
I mean,
he couldn't get a medical exemption either. Because it was
that
out
would
of
be
him.
tough. And again, that dashed our hopes for the 4x4. And I think that, not qualifying for the 4x4 is neither here nor there. Because
the thing is, I'm very disappointed by it. Since 1960, we've always had a 4x4 for men. Yeah. And to see that we have our top athletes, 1, 2, 3 in the 400, none of the last minute I heard that they decided not to run. All 3 of them had injuries. No four hurdler decided to run either. It's just to qualify the team. That's all they wanted, just to qualify. But I think some of the athletes would have been hard done, because I'm wondering to myself, if these four that went out there had qualified, would they be allowed to be a part of the relay pool at the Olympics?
Probably.
So that was where I was thinking that probably that's why they didn't
The athletes
run.
that would qualify a team would probably be upset about it, but we're living in a world like, what if right now?
And then
These athletes didn't qualify that run,
And then
and the athletes that we thought would have run to qualify us chose not to run because I mean they
it's a
didn't
pet
want to take
event.
the risk.
It's an individual event, and
Take
that's
the
what
risk of, I mean, just
injuries
running
and getting
national
injured.
championships. I mean, the load probably not in your schedule, training schedule, and then not to go out there and run and probably jeopardize your hopes
for individual medal.
of going to the Olympics, where you can get a big contract. Being an Olympic finalist in any event goes on your resume, can push up a price to Diamond League or run appearance fee all over. And I mean, to be not only Olympian, but to be Olympic finalist is definitely a top tier notch on your resume. So again, they opted out, which you can't wrong them.
Can't wrong them,
Malik
you
James
can't
was
wrong
down
them.
to run.
It's-
He didn't run, and DeAndre Atkins, who won, didn't run.
Sean
Bailey,
Bailey,
who finished second, didn't run.
who didn't run.
Javon Powell, who finished third, didn't run. Going all three.
Going
The
sub
finals of
45.
Project going sub 45. So tough luck for the male 4x4. But again, we have a lot to look forward to Olympics. And I mean, you notice we didn't even talk about Sherika, double national champion again, 1 and 2. And I think she can fine tune again.
Yeah,
The World
she has-
Championships,
she-
definitely my 200-meter favorite. Sir Gabby Thomas ran a fast time again at Oregon. Gentle people, don't be fooled by the fast
Oregon
times
track.
at Oregon track. Nah. Come Olympics, when them see
Yeah.
the black, green, and gold.
On the purple track.
We have something for them, man.
On the purple
On
track.
the purple track. I mean, what a color track, boy. Expect some.
Fireworks, some gold
Right.
medals.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, all in all, it was a remarkable championships from both the seniors to the juniors. And we have a lot to look forward to at the World Juniors and the Olympics. I mean, the summer continues, and sports every week. Just people, who don't like sports? I mean, sports is
Sport is essential. Sport is life, you know.
yeah, man. Sports is
Sport
life.
is life, man.
And that's why we here at the Primal Sports come on and talk about sports and give our opinion. If we don't know what you talk about, we come and share opinions. One thing for sure, we watch the sports.
One thing for sure,
Because
somebody's
I've conversations with people who be like, you watch the match? You watch a race? Did you go stadium? Like, no. I mean, so I mean, you have to watch a thing if you can talk about it, you know.
Yeah.
So we definitely watch it, and we definitely show up at these events and give our supports. And one thing, I hope for a speedy recovery to the injured athletes, and I hope all the athletes that qualified stay healthy and go out there and perform to them optimum best and just fly the flag high. Because I mean, sometimes we put a lot of pressure on these athletes, and we're going to touch it on the show about even Omar McLeod stating that he didn't feel love from the Jamaican public. And probably even Peter will have that in his sports commentary. Because he always come on and say, boy, we steal a thunder. You said this and we said that.
Yeah.
But Peter always come with something else different.
But one thing we can say, none of our Primal fans can say they don't show Peter love.
No. people, some of my friends watch the show and be like, so, oh, controversial boss message. So, one to me, people that look forward to see.
Oh, really now? Oh, really?
So, Peter stealing my thunder.
I don't know what I
get to show the controversial Primal
I get so much cussing.
So, right now, time for
sports commentary.
the
So
controversial boss.
it's interesting that you guys raised this, and I was going to raise this late, but you steal my thunder as usual by mentioning that love that
Omar McLeod.
Omar McLeod said he didn't get. Jamaican fans are some of the most loving fans. Jamaican fans, we even have a statue for Asafa Powell. You think Asafa Powell gave us as much as we gave Asafa Powell? Asafa Powell got a statue.
And Lan.
And I remember Asafa Powell running one trial in which Mr. Bolt came first. And it was a hell of a trial at the stadium. And Asafa pulled up as he found himself in 7th and 8th and 9th place. I see him pull up and thing. And then some girls came out and lifted him up and walked him past the grandstand where the crowd clapped for him and showed him a lot of love. Do you guys remember that incident?
Yeah.
I'm telling you that Jamaicans are loving people for the people who they choose to make athletes of. So last week, there was a 100-meter hurdles. I don't know what do women run, 110 or 100 meter?
100 meter.
The 100-meter hurdles. And one competitor didn't make the cut. Because, only 3 can make the cut. And one competitor fell outside the cut. I don't remember her name. She probably have an Olympic medal too, Megan something another, right? And listen, man, I can't remember every name. And Megan didn't do well. She didn't achieve what she expected to achieve, and she was sad. And the Minister of National Sport,
And
Miss Babsy, went down, left the royal box, descended from the royal box, went down the stairs, I counted the steps, it's at least 20 odd steps, to go on the track and deliver a public hug to the thing there. Now, if that is not fan love, I don't know what is. That is love, because I don't think that's in the minister's job description.
Portfolio.
So an athlete, for an athlete to come and say, I did not receive love. Babsy, you know what I mean? Babsy showed a lot of love to the athletes. And I must say congrats to the minister for coming down and giving, what's her name again?
Megan Topper.
Megan Topper. The hurdler, a lot of love. I feel sorry for her. I hope if only we could get her in the team, somewhere or the other. But
3 make the cut. Top.
So Kane just spoke about watching sports. I watch a lot of sports. Have you guys? Did you guys been watching Copa America?
Yeah.
What caught my eye in watching Euros and Copa is the extent that the CONMEBOL athletes are flopping around, especially the South Americans. The least little touch you touch these guys, they fall over, they roll one direction and they roll the next direction. Is almost like their bones are made of taco shells. They are too fragile. And I did some investigation into why the players flop so much. They certainly, they appear to be in much more greater pain than other athletes. I watch a lot of football. And when a person gets fouled, you get up eventually and think, these CONMEBOL footballers, they stay on the ground, they roll around. I saw one guy, a hand touched his shoulder and the man was holding his head and all this kind of thing. It's a bit, there's too much exaggeration. So I did some investigation on why players do that so much, particularly in our part of the thing. And it is that our referees are slow in making calls, or it's one of those reasons. So you're used to people like a Maradona, for example. You evade one tackle, you get clipped. Then you find back your feet. Messi and Maradona in particular, they find back their feet and then you try to bring them down. Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4 guys to hack them down. And so players like Neymar don't want to go through that. And so what they do, the minute you touch them, they're almost helping the referee, They exaggerate the contact a lot more than it is. And that's why the players are doing that. I think it's exaggeration more than it is than anything. I don't think the players are trying to cheat and get penalties, even though I've seen some of that in this match as well. Which brings me to another thing. 2 really great football tournaments are taking place at once. And both of my picks are in them, right? Because I picked Spain. Last week I picked Spain for winning the tournament. And I also picked Colombia. And I noticed that my teams are going hot, like most of my predictions, But if you were watching the Copa America and you saw Messi miss a penalty, which was quite an eyebrow raiser. And but what caught my eye was that Argentine keeper. That Argentine keeper has been making penalty save after penalty save. The man has the most amazing reflexes. He could have been a table tennis player. It's only table tennis players I know can make that kind of decision and mid-flight use the other hand to take the ball out of the air and all that kind of thing. What's the name of the keeper again?
Martinez.
Amazing goalkeeper. Probably he's probably the best in the world because nowadays nowadays matches are going to come down to penalties. Did you watch England and Switzerland play today.
Yeah.
You can't tell me those guys were not playing for penalties. That have to be the most boring football match.
I don't think Portugal match was more boring.
Have you seen a more boring match?
France or Portugal?
France or Portugal.
More boring.
No, sir. The start of France and Portugal was optimistic. But no, it's been very, very boring. Now you guys will want to watch the new Sprint series, the series on Netflix called Sprint. Have you watched any of it yet?
Not yet.
No, no.
It is amazing. I feel like a fan, you know? And they granted that the series is an American series, and they're going to feature Noah, and they're going to feature Shakari. But I think they've given a lot of time to Sharika and Shelly-Ann and Elaine. In fact, they even fleshed out the Shelly-Ann thing where, the Elaine thing where Elaine said she's outgrown MVP and all these kind of things. It's an amazing series, and it's very exciting. The only thing they should do is show the races, though, because they show the start of the races and the slow motion out the thing. We need, Netflix, if you're listening, give us the race as well, man. It's only 10 seconds. You can show the race. But I mean, it's really something, and I would recommend that to anybody who wants to understand this rivalry between Jamaica and the USA, and this respect. These Americans respect the Jamaicans, you know.
Yeah.
And they really,
They see it as a rivalry.
they respect us.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something from a country of 3 million versus a country of 300 million. And we're shoulder to shoulder with them, and perhaps dominating this time around. So the Supreme Court of the USA decided that Donald Trump is immune from any crimes he commits, official crimes, and if it's unofficial, you can't investigate it either. And all future presidents will have this immunity. But you and I know that the immunity was done to protect Mr. Trump, because the argument is that presidents can't be held to the law because sometimes we need to break the law to maintain the law, which is the argument of the Supreme Court. But the only thing is, I wonder why Mr. Joe Biden don't use that power to change the Supreme Court. Think about it. If it means to say Joe Biden have the power to break the law and change the Supreme Court to 15 people, right? Because as you know, the Supreme Court is highly corrupt. No, can I say this on the air? It's highly corrupt, and therefore, I believe that Mr. Biden might have to break the law in order to make the Supreme Court more fair, because the Supreme Court is not a majority court. It doesn't reflect the opinion or the ethics or the morals of the majority of Americans, just a select few. So that's a tip from me to you, Joe B. The final thing, the police in Jamaica can give you a ticket for using your cell phone, and that's all right while you're driving. It's okay. But no, I don't know if any of you have this experience. There are people who, seeing the police, they leave the phone in the seat. The phone is a thing, and the police are saying that your phone can't even be in the passenger seat. Your phone can't even be within arm's reach or on your body. And I really think that's ridiculous. Have you guys heard these rules?
No.
Yeah, man. You have heard it, right? And recently the minister came out and said, the minister of, I don't remember what minister, Transport and Works, came out and said, goodness gracious, police, have a little bit of rational in the thing. If you see the man on the phone, then that's fine. But nowadays, police can stop you and say that your phone is on you, and that means it's in use and all that. And I think that's wrong, very wrong. Anyway, my heart goes out to the people of St. Elizabeth and southern Jamaica for the damage they suffered in the hurricane. Oh, yes. I hope that we get some electricity here soon. And that's sports commentary. What say you?
Yeah. Police them rough out there.
Yeah, I heard about it. People, the phone lines are open. WhatsApp only. Numbers is 876-552-7406. Again, the number is 876-552-7406. Police.
So guys, the one thing I want to talk to you guys about, I was gonna make it part of commentary, but what do you guys make of the coach resigning? Last week I called it, and I think you said no, and I think you said
50-50. You say I'm on the fence.
And yeah, right. And I said to you, the coach must go.
You should keep him, and I said, yeah, keep him on, because I think what is worse now is who is going to take up the job.
Okay.
I mean, we have somebody who we're working with, and we see improvement in the team.
Well, I have an answer
Although
for
we
you.
need- we
I have an
needed-
answer for you.
We needed more improvement, though.
Yes.
I mean, the results weren't favorable in the Copa. I thought
So you ask me, who is going to take up the job?
Yeah, who's going to
And
win?
I have an answer for you. Not Hal Grimson.
yeah, I don't know who not it is, but who is going to be.
No, but you get my point.
Yeah.
It's not Hal Grimson.
And leading up now to what we have next? CONCACAF Nations League.
Nations League in September.
In September, we have the
October,
World Cup
November,
qualifying.
March next
And
year.
we see where the likes of, although Canada are the qualifier, but teams within our CONCACAF are
Performing well. Canada, Panama,
Panama.
in Copa doing well.
So, I mean, I would keep him on.
Would
Although
have.
he apparently stepped down mutual
Mutual agreement.
agreement with JFF. But I mean, I think there's more
The more
things
to
behind the
everything.
scene,
Yeah.
especially not getting good results in Copa. So the job, hot seat. And I
All right,
don't
well,
think
let me-
let him can manage it.
I don't think he can manage it. The fact of the matter is, and you have been saying it to some
The writing
extent,
was
but
on the wall
I've
from
been,
Good
yeah,
Morning.
the writing was on the wall, but not just that. He has not been able to organize the Jamaica team in any way, shape, or form. I saw at the opening match of Copa, I saw improved ball control and some movement. But as the match went on, I saw the breakdown in the organization.
Decision-making.
And then he became a factor with poor substitution, timing and choice and all that. And so I think that it's time to change the coach. And I was saying that we might need another foreign coach. You guys have been calling the name of a young man who's gone to Saudi Arabia as an assistant coach.
Miguel
as a
Coley.
manager. Huh?
Miguel Coley.
I think he has no chance of coaching the Reggae Boys. And
think
I
yes.
think we need an international coach. If even a Trinidadian.
No.
Or a Bajan.
No.
Or a Nigerian.
For me, the most liable option would have been someone like a Miguel Coley or probably a Darren Moore.
Absolutely not.
Reason being,
Yes.
we have basically 1 year. I don't think we have the time to take an ex-foreign coach, Argentinian or Brazilian, to come and learn the culture, learn the people, and put up with the arms house of the JFF.
We could teach him the culture in about half an hour. what culture I mean for
We don't have the time for that.
What culture?
We
What
need
culture?
somebody who
Jerk
understands
chicken.
Jamaica football and understands the politics
What
around
is
it.
there to understand our football? Understand that we pick out the ball out of the net more than the other team. What understanding is
No,
needed
man.
in football?
We don't need a foreign. We don't need another Wilfred.
Yes,
Schaefer
man, we
or
can get a
Alvin.
foreigner. We can
Too
get a
much
foreigner.
problems right there, sir.
Listen.
But we spend probably 6 months to
If
try
you
groom
listen
him.
to the commentators who watch our football, them telling you everything we're doing wrong. Right? And these are foreigners commentating on our football.
You know, say today I watch England game. You know, say Jamaica and England play the same way.
There's some similarity.
Same type of ball game.
Well, remember,
no
these
creative midfielder.
80% of our team is coming out of the English system, if I'm not wrong. 80% of the team coming out of the English system. And
England probably going to play hard all the way to the final.
yes,
All the way to the final.
yes. So how come we're not reaching any finals?
We
Yes.
have better players, better teams out there.
No.
We're not organized.
I
We're
think
not organized.
we haven't worked by team selection. First of all, how you organize a team is how you put a team on the field, right?
No, I think
You-
organization starts from recruiting.
Listen, man, the man pick a six-man backline in almost every team. Everybody is defensive minded. Jamaica kicks the ball more towards our own goal than our opponents.
Yeah.
I watch Ecuador play, and every time Ecuador got the ball, they turn and take it to
So
the.
that was probably
Canada
our
and
best
Venezuela.
game.
It was Canada and Venezuela last night. The end-to-end action.
End-to-end.
He's
Listen,
attacking football all the way
intense,
through.
intense.
So what I want to ask you, why do we always, if you get a pass from the back line as a midfielder, why is 90% of your balls going back to him? Every now and then you need to do a turn. You see Neymar? Neymar have about 200 pretty turn when can do
Turn
point you
back.
at any given time.
I mean, I can't tell when last I see a Jamaica make a good through pass.
Yes.
And a forward latch
Because-
onto it. Or
And-
a winger,
and turn him,
or a
man.
winger latch onto it. It's always individual play down the flank or long
When you're
ball.
going high school, them never teach you how to turn for your man.
Oh, easy,
Like,
man.
your back is to the man. You have so many maneuvers you can do for shake a man off. No Jamaican does it.
To play without the football.
Yeah.
Movement.
Yeah.
I mean, we just want the ball off feet and just
Yeah.
run
That's
fast.
emphasis
Or
on the
kick down
coaching that
long
we've been
ball.
getting.
Huh?
That's the emphasis on the coachings that the coaches have been using. We have always been
Right
using
now,
European
which
coaches.
coach going to get is a mystery. They need to figure that out probably soon.
If you look at how Europeans play football right now, they don't play with any. Look at even France versus Portugal. France basically played with around 6 defenders.
You just said the Spanish play like the French.
Spanish play like Spanish.
Right. So the Spanish use the ball like the Mexicans
But do we have the time for him
to work in short groups and work the ball up to the front.
England played 5 defenders this morning. And when they play the substitution, he's put on 2
But
more
we're talking
defenders
about
again.
English
But
football.
that's why none of these teams are going to win
They're not doing
anything.
anything.
That's why they're not going
And
to
if we
win
go to,
anything.
even if we decide to take a Spanish coach right now, we have the time to go teach him English
Everybody can
and
talk
groom
English,
him into this
Everybody
club.
can talk
I don't
English
want the
these
next
days,
man come to me and say, "Oh, I don't like the Jamaican food. People are too laid back from the get go." I told her Grimmy was wrong, you know. That was Grimmy's first comments. You know.
1 second. Kane, do you remember him saying Graham Elders was a bad choice of coach?
Bad choice?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
because I was the
I don't
first.
remember.
I was
I
the
don't
first one calling for his head. You know, and you guys said no, man.
I remember
give him some
even calling
time.
for him a long time.
A long time.
And then I guess Grimmy warm up to Grimmy. And now
Well,
Grimmy,
yeah, I guess you have to see his product before you judge him. And we haven't seen the product. I've judged him and found him wanting.
One said that embracing the culture
What
of the
that, 3 love from Venezuela?
tree love.
Yes.
Yeah, and all in the second half.
And it
After a
wasn't,
good
it wasn't
first
just
half.
tree love, it was a whopping.
No, the first half was
We were a good first half.
First half was
And I think
It's,
our
it's the
best.
first half of football I've ever seen Jamaica play where we had close to half the
We have
possession.
12,
even
15
the other 2 games-
percent.
I mean, Ecuador game.
Ecuador game
could have-
was a great
second
game.
half responded well. Going down 2-love and got back 1 goal and then should have gotten a penalty. The first
Yeah,
game
there was
against
some refereeing going on in
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
first game against Mexico, prior to the substitution, we were
Yeah.
We were
holding out Mexico and creating chances
True,
nonetheless.
true.
But I mean, the results show when you look on the stat sheet: 1-love, 3-1,
And
3-love.
therefore, it was obvious to all that we needed a coaching change.
Yeah, so
that
those
was what I was
results,
saying.
you're going to get fired. You're going to
Yes,
get fired.
I think so.
I mean, too much is given, much is expected.
Absolutely.
And we can't expect, as I said, if you look at the project, and to reach at this point where we're
Yeah.
at a Copa America, and we're losing these 3 matches in this fashion, you have to make
Anything,
you
any
have to make a
positives from
coaching
Hall Gibson? Any positives?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive
Tell me
there.
one, tell me a few.
He has gotten us to play passing ball game. 'Cause we've seen remnants of it. We see where the team was
spurts,
actually
in
organized.
spurts.
Where then, if you really
spurts.
watch us, they can
spurts.
actually, if you leave them alone, they'll actually play football. And we saw that against
In
Mexico.
spurts.
We saw it against Ecuador in the first half. And we saw it against Venezuela. Again in the first half, where they actually were playing
I
the
don't
ball
agree
around.
with you. You're saying the
spurts.
positives?
Yeah, and we saw
but
some
spurts.
organization
Even
as
the
well.
team's selection.
You want me to tell you what the positives are from Hall Gibson?
Go on.
He was able to recruit top of the line players.
Yeah,
Let's start the show.
Lemby Keisa,
Yes,
Greg Lay.
yes.
I mean, Bernard is a
The
gem.
man did a great job as a recruiter. You admit that, right? And that's
Bodier.
about the only positive I saw in it.
But most of what he recruited was basically defenders.
Yes, I know, but he still got high quality players.
Yeah, he got the players
to come
in
and
and
play
Those
for
2
Jamaica.
wing backs to me are.
And had
are
he been
cemented
able,
in the
if
team.
he had gotten this, what name of my baller from Mason Greenwood, had he been able to get a Mason Greenwood, it would have completed the picture. And then remember, Leon Bailey would have been a factor in screwing up the man's squad.
Yeah, that I think that was basically, I think that was part of the coach's breaking point. The
Yes, absolutely.
Liam Bailey fiasco after
Yes.
everything on the Copa, and then
Yes.
even when they bow
So-
down and say, "Yeah, make it go your
I
party."
know
And
the
come.
GFF isn't.
GFF is not going to allow something like that. 'Cause if you do it to one, you find yourself doing it to everybody.
GFF kind of in shambles as well too. Yeah. And
You
then
know,
for-
I
for a
hear you
foreign
guys
coach to
complain
come in-
about the GFF.
I don't complain.
I don't think GFF has done much wrong, you know.
GFF.
They
They
done much
did.
wrong.
Even with the suspension that they announced after.
So you tell me the reggae girls and the reggae boys having problem with the association is
Everybody have problems. That's
Yes,
all.
Oh, the reggae girls.
and the reggae boys.
I believe that.
I think some of the reggae boys as well.
Let me tell you, I view the 2 problems as very similar. If you notice, the reggae girls were quite humble, nice, pleasant, cooperative team players until they got to the 16 of the World Cup. After that, everybody can't start talk big. Isn't that true, Ken? Right. So hold on, I'm going to point out the coincidence. And we never had a problem in Reggae Boys until Leon got the big signing from Aston Villa. Because Leon was just a member of the team before that. Right? So what's the problem? What's the problem? The problem is that, when Jamaicans start to see a little progress, them turn superstar. And that's a fact. That now have nothing to do with GFF.
Bottles on bottles.
How do we
The
blame
club.
GFF and bricks on bricks?
Yeah.
How do we blame that on
I
GFF?
don't blame JFF.
Tell me
this
what's
time
wrong with
around.
GFF.
What's wrong with them?
Yeah, I hear you guys constantly JFF.
I don't blame JFF. I stopped
good.
blaming
All right.
JFF long time. You know.
Let me turn on Keith.
JFF,
What wrong with JFF?
JFF need to run things better. I mean,
How?
well, I'm
Is
not,
them cause the Butler problem or is Butler cause the Butler problem? The Butler, Bailey.
All right, let's be quiet.
but Lamp Speed apparently have a issue.
Yes, we know
Butler
that.
still have an issue.
So, but JFF, I mean,
They have organization issues.
the players come out and say with traveling and with getting paid and, you know, getting wrong.
I will give you the peer point. I give you the peer point. I give you the peer point.
Go in your locker room and you see a wrong jersey which shouldn't be your
Is
jersey.
that
Female
bad?
jersey.
No, I'm just saying that's
Is
what they
that
come.
that bad?
No,
Female jersey.
the players complain. The
I've
players
had to play.
Remember, I'm a fan, you know. I just want to see the football and the
Ken, I go Commonwealth games and get the wrong gears, you know.
get all the female
Get-
shirts.
okay, so
Get the-
what?
Yeah. I'm telling you what they're complaining about. So
You're
I don't
representing your country,
but I
man.
don't think that should affect
Yes.
the play.
Yes.
Probably that is affecting their play or using it as an excuse. But
In my
players
opinion,
seem to have a problem.
the JFF gets a bad rap.
think I
I'm
get
not
blamed
saying
for
they're world
everything.
class, but we need none of we here are world class. But I need are the players. You know, so they just work with the program.
JFF is blamed for too much stuff.
I believe
You know, some
so.
things
That's my feeling.
That is not even their problem. It's pointed back at
Even
JFF.
so, going on the field, losing 3 love or missing a penalty, or
Yes.
not tracking back,
Yes.
that is not on the JFF.
That's correct.
That's on you.
That's
So
correct.
Even putting blame on the JFF, which we know, as I said, isn't a world class.
Yeah.
If you're
Organization.
not putting out world class performances on the field,
Yes.
You can't expect world-class
Then-
organization.
Yeah, because that's how JA got good, you know.
cover your end
JA
first.
got good because the athletes were making money, and then you can increase the quality of your administration. So sometimes it's chicken and egg.
Yeah, cover your end first. Go out on the field and perform.
Yeah, man, play some ball and stop
Play some ball.
blame the thing.
Yeah, play some ball.
And remember, you know,
And then the more you
remember,
play, you know.
I want to remind everybody that what really caused the Leon Bailey incident. Leon Bailey was suspended for not observing curfew, right? And it is as a result of the suspension that he make a clap back at JFF. And as a matter of fact, I just had a Biden moment. And as a matter of fact, right? Him, all the complaints he was making, you didn't hear any of these complaints until the man them disciplined him.
Yeah.
Right?
And not,
So
only,
let's be
not
real.
only missing curfew, missing
Yeah.
the team bus. the
Yeah.
next morning.
And remember, you know,
That's not acceptable.
remember, you know, him and the coach, they had a talk and they decided they would have allowed him to not play the Mexico match. Why? Because the man have a party. The man saying would have played the other 2 matches, but not the Mexico match.
JFF didn't agree to that, you know.
No, I know, but I think the coach agreed to it.
Coach wanted and JFF
Yes,
said, "Yo,"
and therefore that's why the coach had to go.
Yeah.
The coach had to go.
It's too low.
It's a mistake.
and if you did that with Leon and Leon accepted and
Remember,
Leon came, you
3
have to
weeks
give it to
ago,
somebody else.
I came on Primal and said the coach said a wrong thing when him say Leon Bailey is by far the best Jamaican player. You remember when him said that?
yeah.
I was a little outraged at that. Because anytime...
You open up my lights, Grimace must go.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
well, there you go.
You open up my eyes. Yeah, man.
And that's why I said he
You
had
open
to go.
up my eyes, yeah.
Because
it like that.
But
if
who
he-
will step up now? That's
he
the
makes
next
up,
question.
well,
Top
no,
up.
so
Top up.
seeing as I caused some of that problem, let me tell you who should be the coach. I hear that Zinedine Zidane is unemployed. I hear that Dunga is unemployed. Dunga from Brazil.
Come play defensive football again.
No, you know, hear me saying a big man. I'm saying spend the money and bring a big coach, because if you bring a big coach come Jamaica, the private sector will support it. Trust me. All right, I'm going to call Professor.
I think you can bring Ecuador coach because I fired him
They fired him? That's how the thing go.
after the last.
That's how football must go.
Football rough, you know.
I think Jamaica would
And
benefit
he
from
lost some
Ecuador coach.
penalties.
Climate of football
Well,
rough,
no, if Jamaica get Ecuador coach, we do better.
He lost time penalties and they fire him.
Yes, but what I'm saying is
need a
Ecuador's
South
coach.
American coach.
You need a man. All I
think a
want a
South
coach to do, you know,
American coach.
is play back the ball. Stop play back the ball. Take it to
we need a
them.
creative midfielder.
Take it to them.
We need a creative.
And Canada is performing, and some persons are saying Jesse Marsh should leave. He's not wanted in Canada.
USA fired them coach all when they were winning, you know. You know that?
Mexico too.
That USA coaches are stabbing the back situation, you know.
So I don't know who the coach will be, but I fancy Miguel Coley. And no lie.
No, listen.
Hey, why I fancy
What
Miguel Coley?
country has he coached?
It's not a matter of country.
Would that be none?
No country.
And what club?
He was
what?
coach for Jamaica for like 21
No,
games.
he was an assistant coach. He's never
like
coached.
21 games.
Assistant coach is easy.
But
you carry out the oranges and you carry
Here
that
why I
big blue
fancy
bucket.
him.
Yeah.
He knows local football. He was a director of football for Barbican. He was he coached JC at Manning Cup, 5 Manning Cup titles straight, 5 Oliver Shields straight.
It's not so coaching work by you.
He left Jamaica and go overseas to apply in trade and get a feel of what acclimatize.
Eventually he'd be
overseas
the Reggae Boys
football.
coach.
He has to coach a country.
But I wanted that was the plan.
No,
all
sir.
along, send him away.
You have to coach a country to before you come to Jamaica.
Which country Tapa coach?
Cayman Islands.
When?
Didn't he coach Cayman Islands?
I don't know about that.
When?
I think so. Come on, let's go count, Peter.
Yeah.
No,
When?
Schoolboy football bigger than Cayman Islands. Come on, Peter.
Come on, man.
Come on.
The thing is,
But
John,
even
so
I
we're
don't
not-
think,
we're
I
not-
don't think
the
it's
thing
a
is,
time now for Miguel Cole. But
Kingston
eventually-
College versus Cayman Islands. Who would win?
Kingston College.
KC straight. What we
Easy.
at?
Yeah,
You're
man.
dissing our neighbors. St. Vincent versus Kingston College.
Kingston
KC.
College.
KC versus Jamaica. KC.
Well, no, I realize that we shouldn't be in pink, we should be in purple. You guys, no.
No, Cayman Islands. Come on, Peter. Cayman
No,
Islands.
Tapa.
Tapa.
Okay. You think KC could beat Grenada?
Draw.
Grenada, you're going further. You're going further.
No,
you're
ask
going
a
further
question.
than Africa, but you said Cayman Islands.
Yes.
But Tapa didn't coach those countries. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Cole will be the coach eventually.
He
but
need
I don't
a, no,
know- I don't
I'm
know if
sorry.
it's
He
going
needs to
be
coach an international team before him even part of the conversation.
He's in the conversation.
He should not
I think
be.
he and
He should
Darren
not
Moore
be.
is more is neck and neck.
Even Tapa
No,
in the
that's a budget
conversation.
issue.
Even Tapa in the
I think Paul Hall should have never been
he-
given the team to
Oh, you
coach.
said the job back for Tapa?
I would draw back for Tapa. If I
must
drive
have
for a
not.
local coach, I'd draw back for Tapa.
Tapa not leaving Cornwall College right now.
Probably Carl Brown.
Who?
Carl Brown.
You're my old man.
Tapa. No matter
Speed say
how.
want, speed say he wants.
Have you looked at the age of some of these coaches?
Coach.
What about Speed?
Speed not
Could be
leaving
Speed.
Cavaliers.
What about Craig Butler?
No? That will never work.
I like Craig's philosophy. I don't know how much him know about coaching.
I want to surely and Bill will be back in the side.
I like his
And
philosophy.
all of Phoenix.
That is the only way.
First class travel for all the stars, right?
That's the only way. Me and Bill will get back in the team.
First class travel for all the stars.
Ooh, time flies.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even touch on the Euros and the Copa, but I mean, Euros right now in the semi-final stage, we have France versus Spain, and
Yeah.
we're going to have England versus the Netherlands. Netherlands
Yeah.
just defeated Turkey.
Was that
2-1.
penalties?
No, we defeated Turkey 2-1, coming
2-1.
from 1-0 down at halftime.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
France, Spain for the semis, England,
England,
Netherlands.
Netherlands, and then now and Copa, we have
Copa.
Argentina versus Canada in the semis, who will, and Colombia and Panama will play at 5 o'clock.
5
today.
o'clock today, and Brazil and
Uruguay,
Uruguay at
Brazil.
8 o'clock today.
I have Uruguay beating Brazil.
I have Brazil winning, but I think Colombia is going to be.
I have Argentina, Colombia,
You know
final.
what?
Argentina winning.
Yes.
I have Uruguay winning. Brazil is my team, but I have Uruguay winning.
Argentina and Brazil not playing no ball. It's name them playing off.
I have Argentina and Colombia going to the finals. Argentina to win it all. I have France winning it all. England go make the finals. France, England finals.
Really?
France winning.
Well,
France,
Argentina.
England final.
Yeah, man, France, England finals.
I stick to my picks. Spain is going to win the.
I said France would win from last week.
Yeah.
I will stick to
Well,
my
we have France is playing anti-football right now, so I don't expect
France
them.
go shock next match.
They're not showing up.
France go probably.
They can show up, but they don't have the
Well,
they don't have the team they had last year. You know.
It's not a matter of the team, it's how they're playing. You see what they play with Netherlands, with Portugal. They gave Portugal the ball.
Sweep
It's
aside,
okay.
sweep aside, I don't see Netherlands.
No, they're not.
But England not playing football either. So it might have to be.
That's another
Netherlands.
penalty shootout again.
It might be Netherlands. And on the Copa side, Colombia playing good football. And
Can say
Uruguay. So
Argentina.
one of the two maybe can upset the apple cart. But I have Argentina winning. You have Colombia winning.
Yes,
You have
I'd say
Argentina winning.
Argentina winning again.
And then I have France, you have Spain.
that's
You have
correct.
Portugal, same man?
Portugal out.
Oh, I know. Let's check it in.
If you're actually watching it,
I don't have a team right now.
But next week we break down some Wimbledon for you. And some NBA news, because I know we don't touch on Brownie.
by the way, Raducanu is still in the hunt. Can you imagine it? The most deepest she's gone in the tournament in the longest while.
Round of 16.
Yeah, it's the deepest she's gone since US Open.
Yeah.
Next week we'll break down Wimbledon for you. We'll have some NBA news. I know we don't touch on some NBA. Clay Thompson going to Dallas Mavericks. Brownie in LA. LA is
Brownie is a man. Yeah.
Prince James. Says King James and Prince James.
Prince James.
James. So
Yeah.
we have some NBA to talk about next week and some tennis. I mean, time flies on the sports Primal Sports Desk. But I mean, as I said, to all those who had a rough time during burial. I wish her, again, a speedy recovery back to civilization, because you know it's tough down there, as I said, in St. Elizabeth's side. I mean, so who's up next?
DJ Teach Them.
DJ Teach Them. But one love from the Primal Sports. See you next week.
Out.